What's up guys, my name's Elise Cabret. I'm a songwriting coach at DAWter, here to help you write and record the songs of tomorrow. If you would like advice on being a songwriter as a career or songwriting tips to write your best songs, please subscribe to my channel for loads of content on those topics. So today I'm talking to you about what the do I say on stage. You know what I'm talking about. It's that moment between songs. You've rehearsed your songs perfectly, but then you've got this gap of awkwardness in between those songs on stage where you don't necessarily know what to say. That's what I'm going to help you with in this video. This stage banter is a really wonderful way of developing rapport and connection with your audience and helping them actually get more focused on your performance and you as a performer. So let's get started. Number one, which I'm not even going to count as a tip, this is just a generalized advice, is to keep it short and simple, all right? We don't want to be going off on a monologue here. That will lose people's attention. They're not here to hear a speech, they're here to see music. So just keep your stage banter nice and short and simple. Right, so the first thing and most easiest thing to talk about on stage is of course the songs we're playing. This can be really easy if you're a songwriter. So if it's an original song, you can tell the story behind the song, why you wrote it, what it was about. Keep this really short. There's a tendency for songwriters to go on and on and on about this. We just want a sentence or two to provide a little bit of context for our listeners. And that's going to help them really connect with the song. If it's a cover, and I used to play loads of covers gigs back in the day, it can be really good to just provide a little fun fact about the song, who it was written by, when it was released, what album it was from. Again, don't go overboard. We don't want to be a music encyclopedia here, just to provide a little bit of something about the song for the audience to be interested in. Something that can be fun at covers gigs is to play a bit of a music trivia game with the audience. So for example, you might say, this next song is called It's Too Late, written by Carole King. I'm going to give you till the end of the song to tell me which album this was from. And then that'll get the audience's minds ticking while they're listening to the song. It'll get them focused on your performance and engaged with you as a performer. Speaking of engagement, that brings me to my next point, and that is interacting with your audience. And there's a few ways we can do this as performers. One of the easiest is to ask them questions. When asking questions, you want to find questions with simple, quick answers, and you want questions that are positive. So we're going to create a positive vibe here. We're trying to bring up the vibe. This might be as simple as, how's everybody's night going so far? What's the food like here? How great was that last artist who played just before? Amazing, right? So these are all really, really simple questions to answer. You're just requiring the audience to be like, yeah, or great. And also they're really positive. So you want to bring up the vibe. Don't ask anything that's going to bring the vibe down. We want to keep everybody engaged with you and in a good mood because they're here to have a good time, right? Another great way to interact with your audience is to introduce your band members. If you have a band with you on stage or other musicians with you on stage, take a moment to introduce them to the audience. So I'd just like to take a moment to introduce my band. This is Doug on bass. Everybody give him a hand. This is Terry on guitar. Yay! Brings up the vibe, gets the audience engaged, brings their focus back to you. And lastly, at the end of your performance, you always want to thank your audience. Tell them to give themselves a round of applause. You'll see a lot of artists do this. It's just really polite. Also remember to thank the venue and the sound person, and that's going to help create a really good impression for you. My third and final tip on successful stage banter is to do with nerves. So a lot of us are feeling really nervous on stage, and that's really normal. We do our best to not show our nerves too much on stage, but if you are really nervous, just own it. Admit it. Just say, hey guys, I haven't performed in a while, so I am actually feeling quite nervous. I'd really appreciate it if you could clap extra loud between songs, and that'll really help me feel like I'm smashing it tonight. What do you say? Audience will love that. All of a sudden, you're human, they feel like you're relatable, and they want to support you. They're there with you. The one thing that you must not do under any circumstances, and I see a lot of inexperienced performers do this a lot, is to apologize for what you're about to do, or to self-deprecate. So for example, how bad is it when you see you're sitting in the audience and the performer gets on stage and they say, yeah, hi guys, sorry, this is probably going to be really bad. I didn't really practice much, so it's probably going to suck. All of a sudden the audience feels actually disrespected because you're disrespecting their time. And you couldn't even be bothered practicing for this gig? I just paid $10 to get in the door. That's not what we want to do. So a lot of the time we have this natural urge to call ourselves out before anybody else can. That's just a self-protection mechanism. So we just want to be like, yeah, I know I suck, so, you know, whatever. Don't do that. Be aware if that's something that you do naturally, and do not do it on stage. Never apologize for the performance you're about to do. That never leaves a good impression with the audience. All right, so that's my 3 simple lessons for successful stage banter. Hopefully now you're feeling a little bit more confident about getting on stage and have some ideas as to what you're going to say between songs. If you have any other tips that you'd like to share that I haven't included in this video, please put them in the comments. Let me know and let other people watching know any extra advice you have for stage banter. My name's Elise Cabret. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Please hit the subscribe button for more tips and advice like this. You'll also find loads of songwriting tips on my channel. Hope to see you again very soon, and good luck with your stage banter at your next gig.